Good afternoon to the chat. How are we doing on this Saturday evening? What are the chances we enter a bear market just as QE starts? Well, there's no confirmation that QE is starting. They're just ending QT. So I believe they ended QT. I honestly don't even know what I'm supposed to search up. I don't remember the name of the combination of letters to type in. Ate my breakfast with a side of bambolics this morning. MACD has a 100% success record. The monthly MACD crossed bearish, did it? Yeah, it did. Yes, it did. It's 50-50 still. 50-50 bear market. So I don't have any hopium except for this. But you have to understand that this in itself is a goalpost move. So I wouldn't run to the bank with this, but if we're gonna go up from here, it has to be right now. And we already said that 2 weeks ago. So you gotta be careful of, well, it's still bullish if we go here, it's still bullish if we go here, because it's gonna be that way all the way down. If you wanted a goalpost move, this would be it. $96K. You break this every single time, it was over. Especially since we already broke the moving average. But again, if the next candle is fully green and we're back up over 103,000, I could see that still being bullish. But if it's a bear market, I don't think we would go up that high. We would probably get stuck at 100K and then go back down. So if we come to Sunday and we're back at 100K somehow, you actually I think that's enough. I think that's enough. I just realized there's different fear and greed websites. Yeah, listen, man, you don't wanna listen. You don't want to overcomplicate it. There's gonna be different data no matter where you look. And the reality is we just broke the moving average. Every single time you've broken this moving average, it was a bear market. So if it's different this time, then so be it. But unless we get back to 100K by tomorrow, then you say, haha. But I remember here, we just finished the bear market and everyone was kind of like not convinced it turned bullish because we were down here for not even like 2 months. Then we're back in a bull run already. It's kind of hard to believe. Now it's like, yo, we can't have a bear market, you know? But if you think about it, we got nothing but good news coming out, Remember when GameStop bought Bitcoin? I don't even remember where that was. GameStop added Bitcoin to their balance sheet somewhere. And then it's like you look at MicroStrategy and like, how could you say that this is bullish? I don't know. It's a genuine question. Like it's almost repeating the same exact thing. It is. It's honestly mind-boggling. So I went back and looked at all my old charts and they were so simple. So it's like, don't overcomplicate it. Don't. Yo, we got a sell signal on MicroStrategy too, man. It looks like they saved a weekly. Oh no, they didn't. Any idea what happened before QT ended? I don't know. I don't know how to look that up. Unfortunately. Yeah, don't know how to look it up. Yo, I don't know what this is, but this shit is bearish. Liabilities and other factors draining reserve balance. That's not bullish. That is not bullish, chat. I don't even know how to look up QT. But this week is pretty much done now. So you got your first candle close, man. So it's like you ask yourself, do you ignore this or do you just brace for impact? Because when we flipped bullish here, it was like, how could we be bullish? So I'm just throwing it out there. It feels like, how could we have a bear market? We didn't even have a bull market. But if you look at the coins, you kind of did. There's just so many of them now. And if we go any lower than where we are right now, you're just gonna go straight down, man. So it's like you're betting that this is the bottom, and maybe it is. But if it isn't, it's straight down, chat. 21%, 30%, 27%, 45%. So it's like if next week is red, it's just gonna go right down to 2300. And then I think if that ends up being the case, you just had the first leg down. I think there's gonna be a PvP season. And then yeah, I think ETH is gonna bottom early. I don't think it's gonna go down for 2 years. Because it only went down for 1 year last time. Not saying that it has to happen again. Oh, it only went down for 7 months last time. I'm not saying it has to happen again just because that's how it happened last time, but it could be why ETH BTC bounced. Because if ETH BTC goes back to the low, dude, Ethereum is gonna go below $1,000. Because you got to remember that if Bitcoin goes down by 70% from the top, that puts us at 40K. That's a 58% decline from here. If ETH fell by 58%, that puts you back at the low. But that's if ETH BTC doesn't move at all. If ETH BTC goes down at all, this is going down to the low. So this week coming up is like, you got to mark the bottom here, man. Every single time we break this, we go straight down. And I remember saying that back here too. And I was like, yeah, it's a bull market. And we went straight down. So I'm not going to say this week's a big week because we already had the big week and the Bears won. But I mean, dude, every time you break this super trend, you go straight down. Oh my goodness. And by the time the super trend breaks, you're already a couple months into the bear market. So you don't want to see this break, man. It's not going to be a big bear market for alts because they're already cooked. I don't know if that's true, man. Like, I know Ben Cohen's thesis that we're not going to have a big bear market because there was no euphoria. I don't think that's true. If Bitcoin goes down to 40K, dude, it's going to be bad. Solana is going to go really low. Because, like, if you look at it, dude, this is 1 year. This is a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. I think Polygon did the same thing. Yeah, it did. Look. A shoulder, a head, a shoulder, and then death. But it was a lot smaller. It should have been like this. Shoulder, head, shoulder, straight down. And then look at Pepe. Pepe is the worst, man. This is so bad. It's like, dude, literally you have every bear market signal is going off right now. Every single one. There's nothing that's bullish, honestly. So it's like the thought process from crypto people is, well, everyone's saying it's a bear market, so we're going down. But dude, half the people are not saying it's a bear market. Like I'm speaking from an unbiased view. You basically have almost every single bear market indicator going off right now. So if we still go up anyway, you know, it's a magical thing that would happen. It would be magic. But if you were going to go up, now would be the time to do so. Because technically, for the Hopium people in the back, in Bitcoin's history, every single time you've held this, the bull run continued. And every single time you broke it, it was bearish, with the exception of back here. But you would never broke the moving average. And I think there was one more. It was like back in 2012 or something. So, you know, it comes down to a matter of, can you afford to lose the money, or are you going to wait to see for confirmation? And it's different case by case. It's different for each person. Some people are holding coins that aren't even going down. Like XRP is not even really doing anything. It will though. But even XRP is bouncing off the super trend. So it's like the coins have gone just low enough to where it's not impossible to go back up. But by the time it gets confirmed, it's too late. That's why you're taking a risk. High risk, high reward. If Ethereum was going to run from here, you would have to do it from this moment right now. You would have to. Because every time it breaks this moving average, it goes down by 25%. And if we go down by 25%, that's a bear market confirmed. You're already back at 2200. So if we are still in a bull market, the bottom is already in. If we go any lower, it's not a bull market anymore. And that is already hopium because you already broke the bull market support. But I have to be open to the possibility that everyone is looking at the same thing, so maybe it's different this time, you know? But you don't want to make that your hopium case, like, yo, this is what's going to happen. Because if you start looking at more sophisticated charts, someone posted this on X, man. Dude, look at gold. Look at this chart. This chart says the bear market's already underway. The top was in December of 2024. So you can look at this from two ways. You can say, well, Bitcoin's going to go to the moon in a couple of months. Or you can say that gold is going to top out soon. The top for gold could be in March of 2026. All these people who weren't here in 2021. It's just a shame, man. It really is. I don't even want to think about it. I just want to start over. Just start fresh. Yeah, I was reading through all my old tweets, man, and it's just like I think this one hurts the most for sure because I actually had it. You know, like my whole journey, I wanted to get to a certain spot and I had it this time and I threw it away. So it's like, it's definitely going to hurt for a while. But once we're halfway through the bear market, you pretty much like wake up and like, all right, next opportunity's coming. And hopefully the next time there's more people so I could get big on YouTube. But I'm trying to think positive, and it's like I'm kind of in the same spot that I was in 2 years ago and 3 years ago. So I really only messed up 1 year. But I think it's just the fact that I shouldn't be here, but I am. So I'm just trying to, because like look at this, like is it even realistic now that Doge goes up here? Like now you're talking April of 2026. It looks easier if it just breaks down and then does it next time. It really does. Oh yeah, and then another bull case, another bull hopium would be, again, if the bottom's in already, then you're bullish, but we're right on top of this tether line. So it's like, yeah, if the bottom is in, you're good. But if we go any lower, it's not only bearish, it's like bear market bearish, literally. The problem is, depending on what you're holding, we could sit here for another 2 weeks and the altcoins can bleed and then it goes down. There's no rush to go up. That's the problem. So like, if it is a bear market, we could just sit here let everyone like, oh, maybe it's bullish, and then we break down. If it's a bull market, it kind of has to go up right away because there's no more time left. Like the time has already expired, but it's just not good. No more Chinese buffet. Yeah, there's no more Chinese buffet, man. It says I got $1. Did someone send me $1? Yo, Cybercurd for $1. I appreciate that, man. Wojak Soul. I appreciate the $2. You're gonna have to clarify just because there's so many of them. I'm gonna assume you're talking about this one because it's the only one going up. I would say bullish over 13, bearish below. If it falls below 96, the top is in, and it's gonna go all the way back down like this. So 13's got to hold 96. I appreciate the $1. When does the candle close on Sunday? It's 7 o'clock. I don't see it happening though. We would have to pump $7,000 in one day. That only happens at the bottom. So the bottom would have to be in. We would have to teleport back to 103. Which again, I'm not gonna say that it's impossible, but you can't run around telling people that's what's gonna happen. Because if it doesn't happen, you have your first bear market confirmation. And yes, a lot of things have changed this market cycle, but even down here, we didn't want to believe it was a bull run, but it was. So now the same exact signal flipped bearish for the first time. So how do you avoid this? We got to go back up. We'd have to actually pump $7,000 in one day. But also, you don't want to be so literal. Like if we go back up to 108, sorry, 98, and then next week we go back over 105, then you could probably get away with the bull market still. But again, that can't be your base case. Like, yo, we're gonna pump, pip, pip, the diddly do. Robert DeViro for 2 says 2027 Pizza Party Donation Fund. I appreciate the 2. Yeah, I'm already trying to run equations in my head. Like, how do I get out of this? It's just, it's sad that we have to do this again, but it's fucking life of Wojak. But I think next bull run, I'm not even gonna go on deck screener. I don't have it in me anymore. I'm just too old. I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do with myself. But I appreciate the 2. Starknet keeps pumping. Like, dude, but then you got to look at all the signs on the wall. We just had a bearish October and a bearish November, dude. You know that whenever the top is in or it's a bear market, that's what happens. Bearish October, bearish November. We just had a bearish October. Bearish October. This one was the bottom, but it was still a bear market. Like, But let's be open-minded. We don't want to be closed-minded, because being closed-minded is what got me in this mess. I didn't want to accept that it was time to get out in January. So if we end up holding the super trend, and then the following candle, we go back up over 105, you could probably get away with saying bear trap, because you don't want to be so sticky to where it's like, this must happen because it happened every other time. Mr. Ron for 10 for 2 says, "Did you sell?" I am definitely managing my risk. I'm not all in. I can't lose any more money. And it's sad because I said that in March, and if I would have just stayed out, I would have had more money than I do now. But I can't afford to lose any more money. So if we go back up, I'll click buttons. If we go down, I'll figure something out. But my strategy is much different than other people's. Other people are just holding and that's it. I can't get my money back from holding. I have to go in and out of 1,000 coins anyway. So everyone's got a different strategy. But I appreciate the two. If we are in a bear market, every month could be red. Yes, if it's a bear market, every month will be red except for like 3 of them. In 2022, you had 2 green months. In 2018, you had 3 green months. So listen, if the bottom is in right now, then you can definitely continue the bull market, but we can't keep moving the goalpost all the way down, man. That is dangerous. And that's what's happening on X. There's people that are saying we could go to 90K and still be bullish. The bullish argument here is you're forming one of these again, which is why if you bottomed already, you'll get a V recovery right out of here. But this is the hopium now. The tether dominance is at the trend line. You're at life support. What's your base chain wallet? I'm pretty sure all the wallets are connected. So if you just type visionpulsed.eth and send it, it should go through. Right? Ethereum is all the same. So I would say, yeah. If you just I think if you just send it through there, it should work, no? Yeah, Doge has the super trend too, printed in January. This is it, man. Like, if we don't go up from right now, it's actually over. Like, it's actually over for real. And this is already moving the goalpost. Why is the dominance falling? It's not. It hasn't moved. The dominance has to fall. It doesn't have to fall. You could do something like this, where the next bull run is big. Yo, we don't even know if that's the freaking top, man. Like, how do we know there's not another rally left? How do I draw this? Like this. And then the next bull run starts here. Because the top for the altcoin is the top for the altcoins is moving every cycle. I don't care what anyone says. I think the top for the next cycle for the alts is going to be around the halving. Before the halving again. Because this time the alts topped with Bitcoin. This time the alts topped 6 months before Bitcoin. This time the alts topped a year and a half before Bitcoin. So the top for the altcoins keeps moving. Which I'm not going to jump the gun right now. I'm not going to start constructing bullshit charts right now. We're going to let it play out first. Once we know it's a bear market, which is basically any lower than right now, you're going to have whole 12 months to make a new game plan. Well, luckily, you actually only have 10 months. So, I'm not going to make any kind of theories right now. This is getting too depressing. If we go down, we go down. Dude, I'm telling you, you don't want to, like, trust me, I get it. I understand the thought process. You're already down so much money, so you might as well just hold. That is the number one killer. Because you got to remember that if we go down, these coins are going to go to zero, man. So if you want to hold now, there's nothing wrong with that. You got to do what's best for you. But if we go any lower than this, you would basically have every single bear market indicator that has ever gone off, ever. Not the ones that we want to see, like the pi cycle moving average and the extreme greed and everything. But if you look at what has happened whenever bear markets have started, that's what has just happened. The only thing that is left is the hopium super trend, because you can't even say the moving average anymore. But I'm telling you, when you start moving the goalpost, that is the biggest red flag ever. It's literally bearish. So the candle closes tomorrow. If 8 days from now we're back up over 105K, you could still argue that it was just a bear trap. You could. Because now everyone is probably staring at it. So if the following candle ends up being green, it's like, all right, well, this is the first time that happened. But if we stay down here and just print consecutive candles, that's not bullish. Why? Because if the top is not here, then where is it? In December? You think you're going to go up in one candle? It's never been that way. It usually takes like 3 to 4 candles to get back up there. So if this is the bottom and we go back up, it would take a month. But that's only possible if the bottom is in already. Because if you start looking at the bear argument, every single time you've come into this channel, you've come out the other side. I think the only time it didn't happen was like the first market cycle. Yeah, 2011. But 2014, 2018, 2019, 2022, even 2021, you went up and then you came out the other side. So it's like anytime you come in here, you come out the other side. And now we're in there. But again, if we get a magic school bus pump back to 100K, There's a bear trap, and you can move up again. So it's so much regret for 2025. John does this. I don't have it in me anymore. Yeah, nah, next market cycle, I'm not even going on. I'm not even gonna touch anything. I'm starting to think of a plan in my head because it's like we definitely gave it a good run, man. I literally had everything I ever asked for and I just threw it away. So I can't complain. But yeah, I don't have it in me either. And the thing that's fucked up with that is if you have your money on deck screener, you could still go to zero. Like even if you don't think you will, you can. Because all it takes is one little bull trap and then everyone gets excited again and then we go straight down. So for me, since I can't lose any more money, I might even just wait for a big, big bounce before I make my decision. Because even back here, Bitcoin moved back up and a lot of the shit coins didn't even move. So like if Bitcoin goes up to a certain point, I'd be like, all right, maybe I'll buy GameStop, get a 2x on GameStop. Yeah, actually, GameStop's a perfect example. Bitcoin bottomed in April and GameStop didn't even go up until the first week of May. So, yeah, wow. Now, I will say also that the old coins are pretty much printing the same patterns that they did, but where's the bottom on the, like, if you would have bought Maneki on October 10th, because that was the bottom that everyone called, you're down 50%. Holy shit. Dude. So it's like now the bottom's in again. Oh, the bottom's in again. Then it's going to go down another 50%. And by the time you get the bounce, it's just back to where it was. I'm disappointed. I mean, everyone's disappointed. I just can't believe this coin never went up. It just came out and that was it. Smurf Cat too. Came out and that was it. There's a very strong belief that if we close below the 50-week moving average, I mean, there's a lot going on right now. I mean, like that guy said before, the MACD just flipped red. Again, if we go up from here, you're witnessing an anomaly, which, anomalies don't, it's not impossible, but you can't cling on to that. Like, dude, at this point, I would rather just get it over with. Just send it down so we can have some peace of mind. It's this, maybe it goes up, maybe it goes down. That fucking sucks. But yeah, you don't want to move the goalpost because people are going to move the goalpost all the way down, man. And the first sign, the first warning sign of a bear market already flashed just now. Again, unless we teleport back up by Monday. Just move on and plan for the 2029 bull run. And that's another thing too. It's not even that simple anymore. I mean, if you're gonna buy Bitcoin, it is, but like we said, dude, all of us made our money here basically. And I was actually looking at the charts from history, and it's like that's how it always is. You make most of your money when Bitcoin goes up for the run to the all-time high. That's what happened last time. So even though Bitcoin was bullish for another year, everything pretty much shit the bed. And it happened again this time. When we went on the run to the all-time high, this was when everyone made their money. And if you look at 2017, I'm not going to say the same thing happened, but I'm pretty sure the old season was like until June. And then, yeah, you got a second one, but the first one was here. So every time it gets smaller and smaller. So if the top is just going to be every 4 years, then it's like the real old season is here in 2027. If we go down, yeah, it's like right here. So it's 2 years from now. Which isn't that long. But that's a nightmare. I don't even want to think about it. Let's see what happens here. But the worst is this. We form a bottom, we go up again, everybody gets bullish, and then it rolls over. It rolls over again. That would be the worst case scenario for everyone. It bounces just high enough to get everyone in, and then it rolls over again. That's probably what's gonna happen. If people don't believe in the 4 year cycle, then why are we concerned? What do you mean? If most people are saying it is a 4 year cycle, and the moving average is confirming that. What I'm talking about is the altcoins. The altcoins aren't following the 4 year cycle, which means they could top whenever they want. But unfortunately, if the top is in, then the altcoins topped 2 years ago. So what I'm saying is that's what happened in 2021. Most of the altcoins topped here and here, which is a whole 7 months before the top was in for Bitcoin. This time it was almost 2 years. So it's changing if the top is in. If the top is not in, then maybe the old season is in front of us. Because I'm not gonna be because I'm not exactly a professional, I'm gonna be open-minded to the possibility that if we bounce back up to 100K and then the following candle is green, that could be still bullish. But if it doesn't happen, I'm not going to say that it's bullish. And that's why I'm trying to say there's people that are just going to keep saying it's bullish all the way down. And it's, as of right now, it's not even bullish anymore. So if the following candle is also red, then you'll have a peace of mind knowing that it's over. If the following candle is green and it's back up at 103, now you're back in the shitter. Oh, is it bullish? Is it bearish? That's why I just wanted to pick a direction. And then if you go on X, it's bears and permabulls. I saw this guy that said if you're bearish, I'm blocking you. It's just some random guy that showed up on my feed. It's like they don't want to get fudded out, but that's the one positive about button clicking is you can't really get fudded out because there's 1,000 coins. So if Bitcoin goes up, you just buy this. Say, fuck it, I'm going in. Cover me, I'm going in. Even Wojak on Ethereum. And then if you really look at it, man, this thing had a monster bull run. Did a 30x. Look up bull. Oh, that's Weeble, right? Oh, that's a bear market. Yeah, look at that. Dude, when these shit stocks go down, it's doing exactly what Robinhood did. Wow. Yeah, that's a good find though. Weeble could be a nice, that could be a nice gamble, you're right. That's a nice find. I didn't even know they went public. But that's pretty much what Robinhood did. It came out and then it just went to zero. Yeah, it came out near the top again, August 2021. Yeah, that's a good find. That's definitely going to be worth a gamble for sure. I think a lot of people use Webull, honestly. The fact that it's already at $8, yeah, it could go to like $4, man, and shoot right back up. Yeah, that could be a good find. You're gonna have to remind me of that back a couple years from now. Many people think they've called the top correctly this cycle because it looks conclusive. Well, I think um, most people, well, there's people that call the top every time we go up. But this is the first time where you have enough evidence to make that case. If you're an experienced, if you're an experienced analyst, which I'm not, I'm just a regular guy. But this is the first time you're basically getting everything that says it's a bear market. So I'm gonna say it again. If we go any lower than this, it is a bear market, in my opinion. Because the tether dominance would break. Ethereum would get a sell signal on the super trend that only prints when it's fucking bearish. And I say the F-bomb as an adjective. Like, I'm telling you, man, every single time we break the weekly super trend, Ethereum goes down by 25%. So if the bottom is in, then you got yourself a bull market. If the bottom falls out, it's a bear market. Because in order for ETH to fall by 25%, Bitcoin has to fall by 20%. And now you're all the way down in the 80s. You're going to tell me that 75K is still bullish after you just did a shoulder and a head? Then you're going to get a big bounce and then it's going to go straight down. So once we know for certain, I know some people in the chat are saying it's guaranteed to be a bear market, and maybe it is. But once I know for sure, I'm going to plan for this. Because it's too dangerous right now to do anything if you're inexperienced like myself. But I want to build a plan for this. Because the bear market really only happens in two moves. It goes down 50%, it bounces, it goes down 50%. And if the top is in, then I already missed, like we already missed the first one. But even in 2018, you fell by 50%, and then at the end, it fell by 50%. This one again, you fell by 70%, then you fell by 70%. The bear markets are getting smaller though. So maybe it's smaller this time and it's like 35%. We bounce at 80K and then we go down like this. Yeah, I don't know if we're going below 50, man. That's pretty low. But then if you look at it from this perspective, that's only 50%. So we might have to. Yeah, we might go to like into the 40s. But like one of my things I'm looking at right now is every single time this white, you guys remember this indicator from 2022? Every time the white moving average crosses to the bottom, the bear market's about to go straight down. So it's like when we see that, we got to accept, okay, get ready for the capitulation. Which obviously we're not even close to that. That's not going to happen for months. But this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about, though. Not looking at it right now, but when the time comes, we'll plan. But right now, we're still in that shitty phase of, well, what if we go up again, you know? So I just got to get through it. Because technically, if we bottomed right now, you'd have no wick and you'd be able to go back up. I could just see it happen in the worst case scenario, man, is we bounce, everyone gets excited again, and then it goes down. Fucking A, man. You sent me $2 on base chain. Can you look at Clanker? I appreciate the two. Clanker. Yeah, this coin broke to 382, man. It's not looking too good. I would have to say that this coin is bearish as long as it's below $73. All right. If you can get back over $73, you can start looking for a move up. But as long as it's below $73, you should go down to 47. The next major support is 58. If you want to try and pull it to this, you can see you're sitting on the 618. But again, 75 is bearish and 85 is bearish. So I would say if you can get over 85, the bottom is in. But if you come up to 85 and it gets stuck, it's still bearish. And if it falls below 61, it's going to 0. So we'll say bearish below 85. And then again, technically you could get something once it gets over 72. So ultra bearish below 72, bearish below 85, bottoms in over 85. And if 61 falls, the top is in forever. I appreciate it too. I will say this, if we close below the moving average tomorrow, there will be a major capitulation. I mean, at this rate, it looks like you're gonna. The question is, what happens the following week? Because if we close here, everyone is going to say it's a bear market. And then if the following candle goes right back up, that would be the ultimate, like, FU. If we don't go back up and we just stay down here, then you got a problem. Because then you're doing this. And it's the same exact time frame. The top was in November. By December, we were going down. This time around, it's shifted over if the top is in. So we would go down in November, which is literally now. So it's like... Oof. It's just part of the life we chose. Could you have a bearish bias because of the momentum and micro strategy? Yes. I think people are saying that this is bullish when it just made a lower low. That's why we need this to wrap up. So we know for sure it's not going up. Because if we're right here, think about it positively. If we're right here, then there's only one more move down, which that is it's going to be it's going to be bad. I'm not trying to pretend that it isn't, but the agony happens when it's like waiting to decide what it wants to do. But once the boat gets moving, that's kind of it. Just like in 2018, man, everyone was like, "Yo, is it bearish? Is it bearish?" Because we kept chopping around at 6K. But I think if we just go down from here, it would be nice because we got it over with quick. Like we broke all the bear market supports so fast. This one took forever. Oh no, it took the same amount of time actually. It was 2018 that took forever. Yeah, my bad. 2018 took 4 months. This one was right away. Yeah, and I was looking at my Twitter feed. I had 800 viewers right here. So if we get another fat giant candle, you also know it's over. Subway for $1. I appreciate that, man. That's awesome. I appreciate that a lot, dude. Hopefully you're doing all right. The death cross has never been this early in a bear market, though. It was 2 months after the 2021 top. I don't know anything about the death cross. You talking about the Cohen cross? The Cohen cross is about to happen tomorrow. Last time it happened was the bottom. The time before that, the bottom was already in. The time before that, bottom. What are we looking for? Green below the white? Oof, it was bearish this time. So it's just another indicator that's bullish in bull markets and bearish in bear markets. Yeah, this was the top back here, no? Dude, it's not even bullish. It's only bullish if the market is bullish. We fell another 20% from there. Oh no. It was bearish in 2022. It was bearish in 2021. Right? We're looking for blue below the white, right? This one was bullish. This one you could say was bullish too. Dude, I remember this, man. You guys know that this move right here was where my life started going downhill. Because I said to myself, if we get to a certain price, I'm gonna buy in. And we hit the price exactly, and then we never went down. We never went back there again. This was where the end of my life began. Not the end of my life, but like the shit show started. So yeah, the death cross is only bullish if the market is bullish. So if it's a bear market, what are we looking for? Blue below the white? Yeah, we went down here. Oh no. It's not even bullish all the time. It's only bullish when you show them that it's bullish. Good luck, chat. So you know if we go down again, it's a bear market. ETH did well from 1700 to 4K in 5 months. No, it took 3 years to do that. ETH was 1600 in 2022 and it was 5,000 in 2025. I kind of hope it just goes down at this point, man. The money's already gone. I'd rather just get it over with and just send it down. Thanks for stopping by, Mr. Meow. Yeah, I think once we know it's going down, the stress will be gone. Not, well, the stress will never be gone, but like you'll get that clarity of, okay, I could save my money now. Do you really think it's going to be this simple where it just does the same thing? Is it? You think it's that simple, chat? I mean, it's not going to look the same, but so if that's true, yeah, then 2 years from now, you'll get all your money back. Because like I said, this was the real top for a lot of us. Unfortunately, that's 3 years. No, it's 4 years from, yeah, it's 4 years later, man. Son of a bitch. QT ending December 1st. It'll take you 2 years to get your money back. It's gonna take me a lot longer than that, unless I come up with a plan. I'm trying to come up with a plan now that might work. Then it would take 2 years, but I'd have to be perfect. But the thing with the bear markets is when it moves violently. So it's like I'm not gonna build any charts yet. I'm not. But once we know, like I would say once we go any lower, it'll be like, all right, we're never going back up. Even if we get a bounce, we're still never going back up. It'll probably look something like this. So I guess by the first week of December, you'll be at 80K if it's a bear market. Might start an air filtration business. Even in a bear, there's money to be made. I mean, it's not that the traders the LARPs are gonna come in here. I never said that, but I like that word. The fucking LARPs are gonna come in here telling you to trade both sides. Most people like us are just regular people. We don't have the emotional capacity for that. We're too wrecked to try and revenge trade. Even the traders will tell you if you revenge trade, you're gonna lose everything anyway. So you're better off just doing nothing. Genuinely, if you're not a trader and you don't have a level head, I say stay away from leverage. I lost so much money on leverage, even though I shouldn't have, just because I'm emotional. So I'd rather just not lose money than try and make money. Because the thing is, if you go to zero, you'll never get your money back. If you don't go to zero, it might take a while, but you'll get it back. Because I had my money back from here, right here. So it took 3 years. But at least I got it back. And I shouldn't have been that bad. I should have had it back here, but I messed up. So I'm not going to be here in fucking 12 months saying I messed up. Now I got to start all over again. So if it's a bear market, we know do not buy anything until this box. Doesn't matter what your gut says, just stay out. Then you can start clicking buttons again around here. Do you think there's going to be an exit bounce? No. Bro, if we go down from here, you're going to see coins. You're going to basically see what we saw. And that's why I'm full of regret even now. Even from October, I'm full of regret. I could have got out in October and I didn't. I lost so much money between now and October, even though the coins didn't even move. That's just what always happens to me. But like normally when you see this, that's bearish. Because now we have to go down and fill this at some point, man. That's too big of a wick to not go back and fill. Because even though you had this, there wasn't really that big of a wick. You still went down to fill it, but it wasn't that big. I think this is too big of a wick to not fill, man. Pepe as well. I don't know. Do you think Pepe is going to come back? I guess if Pepe goes all the way down to here. Maybe for a retracement, Pepe could be good. If this is really how it ends, Pepe should come down to like 20, then get a bounce, and then go to 0. Do you think Pepe is going to come back next market cycle? Or is there going to be another coin that comes out? You were never getting out in October. No, I know. I just wish I just did something. I just do everything wrong every time. That's why I'm man, even though my money's pretty much non-existent, it's something. So I'm just gonna sit and wait. Because if we go any lower, then I'll know, just take it out. We're not going anywhere for a long time. Then I could just save my money, and by the end of next year, I'll have a little bit of money saved up and I'll start my journey again. Nah, I'm not even gonna bullshit you. I think I have a plan already. That's why once we know it's confirmed a bear market, I can start resting at ease. Be like, all right, I don't have to do anything for another 6 months. Because only the proper traders are gonna be playing this. But the next chance for easy money is here. Well, it's not easy, but like you get the idea. That's why I don't want to be saying the same shit in 6 months. I wish I took something out. At least I have something. I mean, but dude, I'm thinking like I kind of hope the top is in now. Because if you think about it, if the top is already in, we're already 2 months in, chat. So you could potentially buy Bitcoin in May at 50K. Like, yeah, you might lose a little bit, but like that's probably it. And like, listen, I already know the propaganda where people are saying QE is bullish. You need to understand that the last time they did QE, we fucking died first. How do I pull up this rubbish chart? Someone tell me this. It's like the balance sheet or whatever. What is the ticker? What is the ticker, man? People will still FOMO in the fake reversal. Well, that's why I kind of hope we go down first. Because if we go down first, then we know it's a fake reversal. If we bounce from right now, it's kind of like, it's still bullish. Does anybody know what the ticker is for? Oh my gosh, and look at Mara. Forgot about that. Mara's fallen off the table. Triple. Yeah, look, a double bearish divergence, man. Total assets. All right, so QE began in August. Yo, chat, we were bearish when they started QE. Chat, chat. We were literally bearish. Where is this propaganda? Dude, we were bearish for almost 8 months. August, September, October, November, December, January, February. We were bearish for 7 months. And this was rapid QE. We don't even know if that's what's gonna happen. We might just maybe they just stop QT and then nothing happens. Like what if it just goes up a little bit and then it goes up the next bull run. I think that could be a possibility. So there's nothing I can do right now. I have to let the market decide. Is it gonna be bullish or is it gonna be bearish? What a fucking disaster, man. I'm saying as my opinion, but I believe this is going to be a very bad bear market. I mean, all the bear markets are the same. It's down 90%. The altcoins never recover. So every altcoin around 200 million will be zero. Maybe it doesn't go to zero, but it goes to a level that it never recovers from. Do you remember Shiba? You remember Shiba? Dude, Shiba never recovered. Dude, ask yourself this. This is an honest question. I'm not even trying to be like rhetorical. Is Shiba gonna break the fucking low from 2021? Shib? Dude, I think Shiba might break down. It's already at the low. And then you ask, is that even possible? And then you look at Luna Classic that has the same exact chart. It is, oh man. Let's see, are we gonna get a bull run from here, chat? 50% of the chat says yes. So if it's a bull market, what do we do? What's the confirmation of a bull market? I guess we just teleport back up to 109K. Then what do I buy? Poppy? Actually, maybe. Poppy's making a triple bottom. What do I buy? Hoppy? Ride it up to this. Everyone thought the orange man was going to send the bull run. Shib is a blue chip. I mean, listen, if we go into a bear market and Bitcoin's going to 40K, you don't think this is going to go down? It's only going to go down 30%? Dude, if we go into a bear market, Shiba's done forever. All of these coins are done forever, man. It doesn't even sound like a possibility, right? Just thinking, saying it out loud. Yeah, Shiba, Bitcoin went to 100K and Shiba made a new low. What? Yo, tripping, cuh. Get the fuck out of here. But like, dude, if we go down from here, that's where it's going. Crypto, the idea of crypto that we know it is gone forever. It is what it is. The idea that we've had for crypto is no longer what it is. If we go into a bear market from here, all these charts are going to get broken. XRP, actually, XRP might be a good gamble. Huh? Yo, I might have to go back to my roots. You, wait, if we go into a bear market, does that mean XRP is going all the way back to 50 cents? I guess. I don't know. I think Litecoin would probably be. You know what's fucked up, man? We laughed at Chris for holding Litecoin, and now he's the only one that's winning. Are you winning, son? He's in the best scenario right now. Because even if Bitcoin goes down 50%, this thing is just going to go back to where it already was. And then it's going to snap right back. God bless Christopher, man. He's going to make it. That Christopher's going to make it. Wow. Because you could say this is a bullish uptrend, but it's also a 2-year bear flag. I don't know. What if Litecoin goes down to 30 bucks, man? Do you get in? Yo, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I'm gonna. I don't even think I'm gonna, I don't even know. I don't even think I'm gonna buy altcoins next time. Because exactly, by next bull run, there's gonna be a billion new altcoins. So the coin that you think is gonna get you rich doesn't even exist yet. Just like Pepe and Hoppy. In 2023, Hoppy didn't even exist. And this was the coin that got me to the promised land, even though I bought it and only got a freaking 2x or whatever I got. Like SPX 6900, this coin didn't exist in 2022. The coin that's going to get you rich doesn't even exist yet, man. Just accumulate Bitcoin. Yeah, I'm trying to come up with a plan. If I execute it perfectly, I'll be fine, but I need to be perfect, which is why I kind of hope we just get this over with, because if we bounce from here, it's going to be like, oh my God, it's still bullish. And then it goes down after that. Then I'm wrecked. That's why I'm kind of hoping we just go down for good. Which we kind of should. If it's bearish. If ETH, I don't know. I don't think ETH is going to hang out here for that long. Oh, I guess it does. Yeah, but this was 2 weeks. This is our second week now. What's the chat thing? 50-50, yeah. I think MicroStrategy is like the ultimate, like the riskiest algo. I don't know. How low do you think this goes though? Yo, if this thing really goes down to 40 bucks, that's like a second chance. Is that even possible? I don't know if that's possible, man. I think 60 to 50 bucks. I just want baby normal to have a yard. Yeah, my whole life has changed. How's Anthony L doing? He hasn't been here in a while. Does anyone know if he's doing all right, man? XLM got slaughtered. MicroStrategy will go to zero. Yeah, but they say that every time, man. Every time MicroStrategy's done, even though it was only once. I feel like MicroStrategy's hip, though. Like, MicroStrategy's cool. He's done, he retired. Oh my God. Dude, if I didn't have a YouTube chat, I don't even know where I would be. I guess I would have bought Bitcoin at 3K. No, I'm just kidding. Man, I was reading through my Twitter feed and it broke me down, man. Just reading everything I posted, just like how excited I was. And it's like now I'm gonna be 7 years older, man. My first tweet, I'm willing to give Twitter a try. We'll see how it goes on August 22nd, 2021. I guess you gotta look at it positive, man. This shit makes me want to cry, dude. A dollar and a dream. 2022. This shit makes me want to cry. Ah, I had it, dude. I literally had it and I threw it all away. I guess the question is, can you get it again? That's what the question is. The answer, I think so. I think it's possible. Because look at it this way. If we just go into a bear market right now, if I would have saved all my money from this and this, I would have been ready to go. But because it was a bear market, I lost all of this and I lost all of this. So if I can save all my money here, save all my money here. So by this moment, I'll have some money, hopefully, and then I'll get a 10x. But we have to understand that the fucking playbook changes every time now. So I don't even know what it's going to look like. Nah, we were pretty prepared, man. I'll be the first to tell you. I know my charts ended up being wrong in the end, but when we were making them, we were prepared. Like we said right here, it should be when we go up, and we went vertical. It's too early to make any more charts. I'm not doing shit until like this. I think the realistic outlook for the next 6 months of my life is just gonna be live my life and try and get in shape. I'm not worrying about my money. There's nothing I can do. And I guess what I'm trying to say is sometimes doing nothing is the best outcome. Clicking buttons might be over with. What if the 50 moving average is not the new playbook? What if we close below it and then go back up? Yeah, if we shoot back up, then we're fine. But what I'm saying is it's like it's gonna be that way the whole way down. Oh, well maybe we can like, you know. I think if you're gonna make a goalpost adjustment, now's the only one that's valid. Because you take into consideration every time people say this always happens, it didn't happen. But every time you've broken this super trend, it was bearish. Even if you go to 2021, you still fell by 20%. So even if we fall by 10%, that's still 80,000. Bro, you can't be saying bull market at 80,000. When you come back to a price that you were already at, it's not bullish. Even here, it's like you were at 40K, you came back to 40K, and that was it. This one you could say, well, it was bullish. I mean, half the market didn't even go up. So I think this is this. And then this, for a lesser extent, would be here. So this would be here. And then this would be here. Yeah, maybe we are going to 40K. Damn, if we go back to 40K, that's like the last chance, man. If I'm David B, I'm going cash and I'm waiting for the bottom. I'm just buying 10 Bitcoin. David, dude, at least David's gonna make it, man. At least David made it. Fuck, man. But then what if you go degenerate? and you buy MicroStrategy. Yeah, if I'm David B, if I'm David B, I'm putting all my money on MicroStrategy. Oh man. Nonangoyan says my thesis is alt season is starting. Look at VRA and dominance. One at support, other at RSI. Bitcoin up for 3 years. Alt bleed. We may have stupid situation where Bitcoin down. Alt's up for 3 months. Nonangoyan says alt season now. Nonangoyan's looking for alt season. Look at VRA. Bro, are you serious? Look at VRA. Yo, it's going straight down. What are you talking about? Look at this dude. Dude, this coin is going to zero, man. Do you remember MTV? Oh shit, it's actually holding up really well. Wow. It might be time to get in. I can't even buy MTV. Yeah, this was the beginning of the end too. I quit my job next week. We're supposed to be Sunday, but they talked me into Thursday. Pigpen rubbish. Yo, we got one last chance, man. You guys gotta stick with me. It's gonna be brutal, but I just hope we go down so I can at least begin rebuilding my fund. Man, it could have just been so simple. Just buy a MicroStrategy. If it goes down, crypto's done. Stop telling people to buy back later. Non-Ngoyan is saying old season's gonna last for 3 months. You gotta remember that this was bearish for altcoins, man. We went down. Good luck, Non-Ngoyan. If Bitcoin goes to 80,000, bro, I don't know. VRA is gonna be at zero. Listen, if you guys want to make old season, I'm with you. You got to hold the super trend. If we go any lower than this, there's no old season ever. It's never happening. Higher lows for 7 months says DCA below 50K on Bitcoin, the winning strategy. I appreciate the 7 months, man. Yeah, I'm already coming up with a game plan in my head. It's a little bit risky, but the payoff would basically get me back to where I need to go. But I can't do anything right now. I can't lose any more money either. So I'm not DCAing anything. I'm not touching anything until we get below this. Then I'm gonna start making some type of plan. Because if it's a bear market, the first move down is usually 40 to 50%. We got to take into consideration that the bear market is getting weaker. So this one might be small. Maybe it's like 35%, like 80K. If we go down to 80K, there's going to be people that say it's still bullish. You'll probably get some chop. And then from March to June, July, you'll get something like this. And then the bottom at the end. Or it could be reversed. like 2020, 18, where the bottom was first and then you made a higher low. But realistically, I could see it being 67, 60 to 70%. And then you're going to have people say that Wall Street's not going to let it drop that low. My brother, Facebook is worth more than Bitcoin, and Facebook fell by 90%, 80, 77%. I don't know. I think Facebook could be a good play. What do we think? If it goes down to 300 bucks, maybe just buy Facebook? What if it... Yeah, and the thing is, the stocks bottomed first, man. You got a 2x on Facebook before Bitcoin even moved. Same thing in 2019. There'll be plenty of time to make a plan. I am praying that it will bounce next week, or I am royally... Yeah, a lot of us are in the same boat, man. Meta is not worth more than BTC. No, it was. Last cycle. 1.9 trillion. What is Meta? 1.5 trillion. Last cycle it was, no? I mean, does this really look bullish, man? This looks like the biggest head and shoulders in history. Isn't Pepe like one of the biggest memes, like in general? I don't know. Do you buy Pepe down here? I guess you have to just say fuck it. Yeah, you guys know we've been going down for over a year now, right? And we're still looking for the bull market. Oh my God, if you actually look at it, dude, we've been going down for a year already. I don't know. I'd rather just get it over with, man. Head and shoulders patterns everywhere. Yeah, I know, man. Yeah, look at Solana. I don't know, but then I think about MicroStrategy, and I just think about buying MicroStrategy and just doing nothing, you know? Like, just imagine being able to buy in and not doing anything. When did MicroStrategy start buying Bitcoin? August 2020. Oh, so they weren't even a crypto company. Yeah, but GameStop is buying Bitcoin now. So if they, yeah, GameStop is done, chat. This is a 618 retracement. Yeah, that shit's done. It's coming down. $10. The fact that GameStop announced that they bought Bitcoin and the market still didn't go up, that's not good. If the bear market starts, I think I'm gonna cry. Oh, there's gonna be a lot of crying over the next 3 to 4 months. This picture alone makes me want to cry. Shouldn't even be looking at it. I really shouldn't. Dude, I had it. I had a list of shit down here, and I had all of it. And the only thing I didn't have was I was fat as shit, bro. That's why I'm trying to be positive. If I can get back to 185 or 180, then I guess I'll be all right in the long run. It's like delusional. Oh, I'm gonna be happy if I lose weight. It's, it's sick. It's a sickness. I'm gonna be happy if I lose weight. Jeez. I just remember laying in my bed like depressed, even though I had all that money, because I was so fat, bro. I took a picture of myself like with the phone, like the front screen, and I was like, holy shit. Like I had nothing on, just my underwear. It was really embarrassing. I said, dude, this is not how your life is supposed to go. Why does everyone think we didn't have old season? Because we didn't have the old season that we wanted. GoPro's all-time high was $100. Yeah, but stocks are different, man. They could do a reverse split on GoPro and then send it to zero again. You know? You're probably getting one of these. If MicroStrategy goes 75%, go all in. Yeah, but I guess the worry would be, nah, 75%. We're looking for 85%, brother. It's below 70 bucks. Even if you just buy 100 shares and ride it back up. That's why it's tough to be a moon boy too, because like MicroStrategy is literally screaming at you, get out. It made a lower low, just like 2018 or whatever this was. And the reason why it's scary is because that's exactly where we are. But like when I think of us being here, I get excited. Because like this is what's left. 6 months. Now, we can't assume it's gonna look exactly the same, but if you accept, which I'm not saying we're there yet, but when we get to the point of acceptance that it's a bear market, it becomes easier because you just save your money and don't look at it. But like my heart says I have to buy in if it goes to like 70 bucks. But then you have the little devil, David B, saying, well, what if it doesn't go up? And it just does a retracement, which is technically not even that impossible because that's what Mara did. If you would have bought Mara, you got a 4x and you got out. These people probably still didn't sell yet because they probably thinking it never went up. I'm thinking I have my plan forming. Because if we're going to get QE next cycle, doesn't that mean stocks are going to go to a point where you won't be able to afford them? Like, think about that. Facebook just did a 10x with no QE. Or did a 7x. So last time this was the QE cycle. It didn't really go up that high. Yeah, but are we? I think we're getting to the point now where the shit is becoming unsustainable. I guess we don't know how low this is gonna go. I guess if Facebook goes all the way down to 200 bucks, I might just get in, right? You can't lose all your money on Facebook. It's impossible. If Facebook goes to 200 bucks, I'm getting in. Go all right back up. But you know what I'm thinking, chat? We might be screwed. We might get a 2019 bear market where stocks never really enter a bear market. That's why Ron Walker might be right, but he might be early. This would be the worst if we get one of these. Then you'll spend the whole year saying, look, it's still bullish. And then this is the bottom for Bitcoin right here. And then we get a big crash at the end. But I was thinking that's what this is already. We're kind of already, I guess we're getting a big one. There's no way Facebook's going that low. I don't know, man. Dude, that's what we said last time. Or what about Netflix? Dude, Netflix had a monster frickin' run, man. It just did a 7x, no pullback. And the bottom was in July. You didn't even have to wait. Like, I know it seems like this can never happen, but like, dude, this bull run was so massive. At some point, the correction's gotta come in. Like Nvidia, you don't think it's possible that Nvidia has like a 70% drawdown? Yeah, that's what happened last time. The last one before that was 60%. What if Nvidia has like a nuke? It goes back to 40 bucks. I guess you'd have to get it at 40 bucks, right? Can't say no. Because then if it does one of these, you're back. You're back, baby. I guess that's true. I'm thinking stocks too if they drop. Yeah, if we get a, but that's only if we get a real bear market. Micron, I don't even know what this is. The only reason I'm thinking about stocks is because the return for Bitcoin is just not there anymore. You know? Like a 7x, it would have been worth it if we would have just bought in down here. But like now it's not going to go that high. Like where are we going to go from 36K? We're going to go up to what? 180? I mean, I guess if you have I guess if you have some money, it's worth it. But for poor people like me, but then at the other then at the other token, you can say, well, this is your last time to stop being poor. Because the next bear market, Bitcoin's gonna be like 80K, 70K. Like, because do we really expect this to just keep happening forever? At some point, the price is just gonna do nothing, like gold. That's what's gonna be interesting. When does the 4-year cycle stop working? You know? At some point, it has to stop working. I'm not saying that it's now, but at what point did they just start selling everything? Like, holy shit. Could you imagine that's what happens? We finally get in and then it just goes all the way to zero. Oh my God. Hundreds of stocks, 10x in 3 years. Yeah, no. Then we could be rich in 5 years. Dude, I don't have 5 years, man. Unfortunately, I'm accepting that I'm never gonna be rich. I have to, I'm gonna accept it over the next couple of months. This was my best chance, because if I would have taken the money out, then I could have bought in next time and I would have had it. But I didn't. So I have to accept that I just wasted the last however many years. Which, as much as a pill, as hard of a pill that it is to swallow, it's better to swallow it earlier. Because I don't want to be saying the same thing in 5 years. Oh, I'm still in the same spot. Like, that's it. This was the cycle that I needed to make it, and I didn't. But next time, I'm not gonna be rich, but at least I could try and get something, man, to where I'm not poor. Because I went from bankrupt to wealthy back to poor. So next time, if I could go from poor to wealthy and just stay wealthy, then in 8 years I'll be a millionaire. But dude, by then, like my life's halfway over. It's like, what the fuck? I just wasted 20 years. That's why I'm not even gonna. I'm done. This is my last. This cycle was my last cycle to where I needed to be rich and I couldn't get it. I really tried my best. I made the money I wanted. I lost it all. I'm not giving the rest of my life to this nonsense. That's it. Yo, we fucking, yo, John Doe, we had it, bro. We literally had it, and we fucking blew it. Dude, I'm never gonna forget the first time I heard your voice, bro. I was sitting on a little bridge. It was like here somewhere, or maybe it was here. I was sitting on a little bridge looking at the water, and you were telling me about yes. Oh, it's a disaster. Sick of buying meme coins? Yeah, I'm done. Listen, you gotta look at it for what it is. We had our chance to get rich. Now you gotta worry about being poor for the rest of your life. Because that's something that the crypto people don't talk about. Like, there's actually a possibility that not only do you never make it, but you're just poor forever. And right now, I'm on the track to being poor. I'm on the track. How do I say that right? I'm on track to be poor forever. That's why I can't go back to zero, man. I went back to zero here. It was the worst moment of my life. Even though this was the best time of my life, unironically. I know I keep saying that, but I'm just like, you don't want to go back to zero, man. It's so hard getting off of zero. We had a good run. We did. Even though it was very short-lived. Man, I remember I bought a PC from Best Buy because I made 10K and then I lost it all. I had to return the PC. Ugh, so shit, man. Chat, you do not want to go to zero, I'm telling you. Even if you're down to your last 5K and you're like, fuck it, it's only 5K. Dude, that 5K will save your life at some point. Look at it this way. What if ETH goes all the way back to 1,000? Now you got 5 Ethereum. Then you go back to 25K. The hopium in crypto does not consider poor, which can be a reality. I mean, I'm pretty poor right now, but I have something. Like, I could survive, basically. But, like, that's not where I want to be. But I'm not special. We all have the same dreams, man. I'm just the one with the microphone. You have to shut your mouth and listen. Unless the bottom is in now and we just teleport out of here. That would be nice, imagine. Damn, Bobo's going down now. Yo, the Chinese Pepe's, yeah, that's it, man. Chinese Pepe's breaking down now. It's over. These coins have been going down for 2 years, chat. It's unbelievable. Mudang's been bearish since November. Mochi just got rugged. I don't even remember where I got this from. Bearish. Dog in Me is next. Mr. Miggles. Fucking bearish. Yeah. Oh man. Myro's going to 0. I still can't believe I had 1,000,000 Myro for $500, bro. Dude, I had my chance. It's gonna haunt me. This market cycle is gonna haunt me for the rest of my life. No, where, dude, I bought Myro right here, man. I'm telling you, it was 1,000,000 coins for $600 because I didn't even have 1,000,000. I had like 980,000. It's all right. Yo, we're gonna get through this, all right? It's gonna be rough, but we know you could come out the other side. But you have to start accepting some things about life because life is so precious and it goes by fast. So you have to kiss the millionaire dreams goodbye. You have to kiss the wealthy dreams goodbye. But it doesn't mean you can't have a good life. Because you could be saying the same thing in 10 years. Oh, I wish I would have did this. Like, I think this next market cycle, it's too late for me. I'll never be wealthy. But next market cycle is my last chance to not, I'm never going to be rich, but I mean, dude, if this is really the top, like if it's really the top, then you have to know the bottom is here. It has to be because that's where the top is. So you just have to save up enough money to get in. And it's like, dude, the the price isn't even that much higher. Like you essentially could have bought in here and you'd be in the same spot. Yeah, but the price of Bitcoin is not going to 200,000 because it shrinks every time. See, if you would have said we were supposed to get to 200,000 this time and we didn't. It'll probably be like 150. But we're gonna make a plan, man. Cause dude, my Moonboy chart literally said right here is where this run is. So we'll be able to make another one and we'll be able to know where this is. But again, luckily, this is where all the money was made. But this isn't gonna be in 3 years. This is gonna be in 2 years, chat. This was September of 2023 to February of 2024. That means it's gonna be 2027 to 2028, which is 2 years from now. So your only goal is to not go to 0. Because if you don't go to 0 in the next 12 months, it's not impossible to go to 0, but like if you just play Bitcoin, you really can't. I honestly hope we just go down from here. I'm tired. I'm ready to just accept my fate. I just emptied my bank account savings, got 10K and put 5K into VRA, 5K into CADA. Bro, there's no way you're serious. You know if we go down from here, those coins are gonna get delisted, right? It sucks with crypto memes. You don't know when it's gonna start collapsing. Yeah, that's why the worst case scenario is we just sit here. Because if we just sit here, you're gonna have people saying it's still bullish, but the altcoins will bleed. And then when Bitcoin goes down, it's too late. That's why if we are in a bull market, we would have to just go up right away, man. The next candle. Non-Ngoin is playing a character. It's gonna be a long journey, chat. I don't know, but then when I think about it, I kind of get like butterflies. Because it's like, it's really only 12 months. But if the bear market started, it's only 10 months. And I just sat through the worst 10 months of my life. So the next 10 months shouldn't be as bad if the damage is already done. Right? Like if I say it out loud, if I don't lose any more money, then this is my bottom. So my life should be up only from here. But the question is, will that be the case? I don't know. That's why I hope we just go down, so I know do not touch anything. The worst case scenario would be we bounce back up to 108, I get back in, and then we go down after that. Then I'm decimated. That's the worst case scenario. That's why I hope next week we just go down. So I can sleep at night knowing, okay, the money's gone. This is what I have left. This is what I'm going to do. And then for all we know, we can inhale the Ben Cohen hopium. Maybe I could get ETH back at 1,000, and then the next bull run is big for Ethereum. What do we think about that? But I don't see how Ethereum can do this and MicroStrategy wouldn't. I'd rather get MicroStrategy than Ethereum. Because it's like, bro, hear me out. How could MicroStrategy go to a certain valuation if they're holding Bitcoin? Like, doesn't the amount of Bitcoin have to be worth the market cap of the company? How much Bitcoin do they have? They have 600,000 Bitcoin. What is that worth? It's valued at 60 billion. Yeah, the fucking market cap is 57 billion. Yeah, but that's why it's going down because they know the shit's about to tank. Dude, yeah, if Bitcoin falls to 50K, that puts their Bitcoin at 30 billion. So a 30 billion market cap is what? $100? And you got to assume at the bear market bottom, there's a premium to the downside. Yeah, maybe it does go to $60. Yo, hear me out. Let's do some calculations. If they own 600,000 Bitcoin purchased this, oh, this is November of 20. Oh, that is today. So it's worth 60 billion at 95,000. So if the price of Bitcoin falls by 50%, the price of MicroStrategy will fall by at least 50%. Now, someone in the chat would have to answer this, but I'm pretty sure there was a premium up here, which means there should be a discount at the bottom. So we can tack on another 10%, 20%. So like 70 bucks for MicroStrategy should be the bottom. And that lines up with the 90% decline. I think that's correct. Have you not heard of Saylor talk about his instruments? If you did, you'd be buying this bottom. I mean, we're under the assumption that it's going to go down. If the bottom is in, then I'm not buying MicroStrategy. I'm going to buy shitcoins. But we're now getting, dude, we're getting close to the middle of the Gaussian channel, man. Like, whenever you've been this close, it's been a bear market. The only time it wasn't was 2021. But we never broke the moving average there. That's the problem. We're already below the moving average. This is bad, man. This is bad. And the worst thing about stocks is we don't even know if it's going to crash, man. In 2015, it didn't even go down. Well, I guess it did, but there was really no bear market. It just kind of did nothing. Imagine that happened. There was no bear market here either. It just did nothing till the very end. What if that happens again where it just does nothing? Oh, it's a disaster. At 534, their premium topped at a 3x. Yeah, so it might not even go back up there then. Is there a website? Is there a website to track the premium and the discount? Because I know in GBTC they had that. GBTC would have been a nice play too. I remember when we were down here, there was so much FUD that it was going to dissolve, and the premium was so bad. It was $8,000 for one Bitcoin, and then it snapped back, and it kind of caught up, but it never really caught up. Yeah, it caught up in March. Was Bitcoin at 60K in March? Yeah. So the real money versus Bitcoin was here, but then the discount, the premium never came back. Because it outperformed Bitcoin, even though it's at a discount, because we never hit 125, we only hit 100. But if the bear market comes, it's possible that GBTC comes back to $16. And then I guess it run it back, turbo, to 150. Zcash looks like it's going to hit 800. Yeah, but if we really go down, this thing is going to just nosedive. Because we've seen this in 2022 where it's like, yo, we're still bullish. I remember KNC did that and then it went straight down. It literally fell off the cliff. Look, April of 2022. This is what screwed me in 2022. I was like, yo, how could these coins be bearish if they're still going up? This thing went up and then it went straight down and has never gone up since that moment. Yeah, but see, you know what else, dude? You know what I'm trying to think positive because I'm thinking to the hell that was 2022 and 2023, and I told myself I would never go back there. Dude, as much as it hurts and it really sucks that I'm not where I should be, it could always be worse, and I need to accept that. 2022 and 2023, man. I just hope we get this shit over with. I hope we don't float around here. I hope it just goes down. Or obviously if it's a bull market, it just goes back up. I hope we don't sit here. But I think if we do sit here, it's still bearish. I think the only bull argument is if the next candle is green. Right back up to 105. Yeah, chill guys back at the low. It's nice having 200 people listen to you cope. I gotta admit, you guys are really my therapists, man. Even though you guys aren't sending super chats, because I know it's about to get really bad, so I don't expect them. Nice having a cope session. Remember pork? I can't believe this was a year ago, man. I think the thing that saddens me the most is in 2024, I had a lot of money and the coin that I bought didn't go up. But it's like if I would have bought any other coin, I would have made it out. But that's life, bro. That's welcome to life, baby. That's life. These coins have been bearish forever. Dude, this Milady's coin is now lower than when it was when it came out. But even this had a nice bull run. 20x. Yeah, I guess we did have a bull run, chat. Listen, you gotta hit. I'm starting to accept it, man. We actually did have a nasty bull run. Uh, even dog with hat. 20x could have retired. The thing is, though, dog with hat's not gonna be around next time. That's the problem. I bought Mog too, gotta sold that shit. Subway says I'm listening while taking a nap. If you're 2x right now, what would you do? Fucking nothing. What am I gonna do with that, bro? Better off just doing nothing. I did a 10x from Bork and didn't sell. Then I did a 30x from Rory. Yeah, we had a chance, bro. We had our chance. That's why it's upsetting. Because we had it. And we said, well, we can't have a bull run with no ETH. So the coins all went to zero, then ETH went up, and then it went down. So it's just a sad story, man. Doge couldn't consistently stay around 30. ETH didn't reach, though. Yeah, it made a new all-time high. Barely, but it did. That's why it's like, how is that the bear market? I agree. I'm like, how could that be the bear market? But like at this rate, the money is so much gone, you're better off just sending it down. Like, dude, at this rate, I would rather just send the fucking coins to zero. This way we could start fresh. Because we don't even know what coins are going to go up. Like Dog with Hat, Solana went up to the high and this coin did nothing. It looks like a double bottom. It should be bullish, but only if it's a bull market. But you could also say that Whiff never filled the wick. So it's going to do what Popcat did. Popcat filled the wick and then it made another wick and then it filled that one. So you could actually make a bear argument for whiff that it never filled the wick. Even Fartcoin filled the wick. So did SPX 6900. Yeah, you know what's sick too, chat? I was gonna buy this. My gut said to buy this right here. I guess the trenches are always open. Is that what they say? The trenches are open? They're always making new coins. Maybe I gotta learn how to make a Solana bot so I could get in the first minute. Dude, remember Phantom? Remember we were gambling on Phantom coins? It was a good run, dude. It just goes to show you how fast it goes. This was 2 years ago, man. Remember we were gambling on Phantom? It was Christmas of 2023. And I had a million coins on this. And I'm like, yo, if this coin goes back to the high, I'm gonna be a millionaire. And it just died. I mean, even this did a 15x though. But I think I bought it like here. Here somewhere. So I guess you could, you know what, dude? You're always looking at you're always looking at the best case scenario. In another dimension, I never even made the money. Like, you know how we say in another dimension, we do this, we do that? In another dimension, I never even made the money in the first place. Even though technically I'd be in a better spot, even if I held my Dogelon. But what if this isn't the bottom and it goes down again? At some point, there's got to be a retracement, bro. It's going down too much now. You know what, though? It could be... Maybe Pepe could be a good play if ETH bottoms fast. Yo, Pepe never filled the wick either, man. Does that mean Pepe has to come down here? You guys think? Because look, Pepe had a big wick here and it filled the wick. So maybe Pepe goes all the way down to 30 and then you get the bounce to like 6 and then it goes to 0. Yeah, maybe Pepe's a gamble, man. If I would have just bought Pepe, I would have... I made the same amount of money anyway. It doesn't matter. The only way I got ahead with business was being hard on myself, not looking at the positives. Yeah, but some people are so fucked up that if they look at the negatives, they're gonna lose it. Like, I'm one of those people. If I look at all the negative shit that I did, I would actually go into a deep depression. Yeah, Pepe might have to come down here, man. Then you get a big bounce. Then you get the bear market bottom. Then the bull run starts again. Nah, I think I'm gonna stick to my plan. If my plan, there's still a chance for me, man. It's just not now. I need to study, not study, but I need to like make as many charts as I can and be 100% sure. Because when we start getting these sell signals, it's like letting you know, all right, bro, we're about to go straight down for the bottom. And if you can time the straight down for the bottom, you could do some damage. Obviously, I'm not good enough to do that. But it's something like this. Like when Bitcoin comes out of the bottom of the Gaussian channel, you're getting ready to go straight down to the low. It's happened every time. So something like this would be something that I would be referring to. Where it's like, if we fall below 80K, you know you're getting ready to go straight down to the bottom. which doesn't really seem that possible because 80K is not really that high up, or it's pretty high up still. But I don't think the bottom is going to be that low. But every time you've come out of the bottom of this channel, you've fallen by 50 to 40%. It's happened every time. So if Bitcoin moves fast, it's easier to make money on the downside because you don't have to worry about the bounces. The problem with the bounces when you're shorting is like it could bounce and still be bearish. That's why shorting is, I mean, it's the same thing with all trading, but obviously when you're a moon boy, it's harder to short. But it's hard to short sometimes too, because even if it's still bearish, the market bounces just high enough to get you out and then it goes down. So it's like I needed to be certain that it's going down. And one of the indicators would be every time we break down here, it goes straight down. Which is why if we just go down from here, I'll kind of be at ease because I'll know we're just going to chop around like this for a while and then it's going to go down. It's not just going to go straight down. And then you think about MicroStrategy. Too many coins, not enough liquidity to pump everything. Well, the hopium is the next time there'll be more liquidity. But that's all the more reason to buy MicroStrategy. There's going to be even more money flowing into MicroStrategy. I think it could go to 1,000. Can't believe we're making hopium for next cycle. Sucks. Coinbase is the play in December or Litecoin. Yeah, Litecoin is possible too. So MicroStrategy is more profitable. Well, the problem is once everyone finds out, it's not going to do it anymore. So now next time everyone's going to buy MicroStrategy. But look, even MicroStrategy is telling you that it's about to be bearish. I just love the idea of being able to sleep at night knowing that MicroStrategy is not going to go to zero. Not now, but like if Bitcoin's at 40K. Obviously it still could, but that's the idea. The problem with these deck screener coins, it's like, bro, it's always going down, man. Yo, Kishu is still going down. It might be it, chat. This coin has been going down for over 4 years. Yeah, I think I'm done with old coins, man. They just go down forever. They go up for 3 weeks and then they go down forever. Like even the people that watch Ben Cohen and he has his Bitcoin dominance theory, dude, even Anchor. Remember Anchor? Dude, the shit was bearish from July. When the dominance topped, it was bearish all the way until April. It's a facade. It's literally a facade. If we're bearish, the coins are going down, regardless of if the dominance goes up or not. Because the dominance topped in September and we died until forever. What's another coin? Remember Caspa? I guess if you can pick the next Caspa, you'll be fine. Oh, Caspa's done, dude. Yeah, it's over, chat. This thing was bullish from the get, but it topped early. Yeah, I mean, dude, it's really tough to make a bull argument. I'm not even bullshitting you because I don't have my Moonboy goggles on. Like, this is not bullish, man. The coin's been going down for over a year. Look at Avalanche. Avalanche is about to break the low from spring. If Avalanche breaks this low, forget it. It's going all the way back down to $8. And then our thought process is, oh, I'll buy Avalanche at $8. That's a steal. But these coins never go back up. They just go down for eternity. So, yo, Avalanche could fall by 75% from here to $3. This cycle was fucked up because Ethereum never went up. So now you have to ask the question, well, if Ethereum cannot go up, how do you know other coins will go up? Like, how do we know Solana doesn't go all the way back down to $40 and then it doesn't make a new all-time high? It's like it's a reality. My son buys Pokemon cards. Yeah, I tried that too. You gotta have money to do that shit. Or you gotta take it serious and like look for the margins and do all that. It's a full-time job. I don't feel like doing that. I lost all my money to do it. I don't have any money. Soul is gonna drop to $20. I just hope we get this shit over with, man. Looks like the sellers are already coming in again. Because there's two stages of the bear market. The first stage is losing your money, and the second stage is coping with losing your money. I already lost my money, so I'm a, what's the meme where the guy goes like this? I'm already one step ahead. So it's almost like my cope cycle is going to be this year coming up, and then I'll be ready to go. It could be that simple. So much effort past 2 years only to end up behind everyone else my age. Yeah, but bro, you're 22 years old, man. I'm telling you, they told me the same thing when I was your age, and I said I don't want to hear that shit. You're gonna get to the age where people that you're referring to, they're not even gonna exist in the next 3 years. I remember my last day of high school, we were sitting on the bleachers, and there was like 7 of us, and I speak to none of them. You're only 22, so you think that shit is going to mean something that people are ahead of you. Life happens to everyone at their own pace. Some of my friends are married with kids. Some of my friends are like me. Some of my friends are dead. There's no blueprint. You're only 22. Your life is still ahead of you, man. Don't go down the rally. Don't go down the alley of, well, I wasted 2 years of my life, so let me go waste another 10. Tom Lee spent 2025 buying 10 billion worth of ETH. He called every market since 2000. See, I'm gonna have to disagree with you because I remember the first time I saw Tom Lee. I always said, is it just me or does he have a googly eye? He was bullish back here. And that's why when people come in here saying YouTubers say this, I don't know what they said in the past because I don't watch people. But like it's entirely possible that people call things, but they're just always bearish or they're always bullish. You know? So I don't follow what people are saying. Like back in 2022, we were thinking Crypto University was like one of the top guys because he called the crash. But now we know that he just kept saying old season all the way up, and we never got it. Which I'm not knocking him. He's much smarter and much wealthier and much more successful than I'll ever be. I like Crypto Crew. He's a good guy. But, we never got old season. I was saying old season too, but I'm a fucking jabroni. So I guess that makes him a jabroni too. Candy ass. Jabronis. It's like, it's really tough to see who's right and who's wrong when it matters, like when it's time to flip. Right now, everyone is in a depression stage. Go look at all the YouTubers when there was the start of the bear market. They don't know. Yeah, most people don't. But that's why I'm telling you openly, I'm not an analyst. Unfortunately, we're going on another Wojak journey. All right. A lot of you have been here for a little while, so I'm really glad to see you still here. 20, I'm 50, kiddo. Most of my rich friends are dead. I still paint homes for a living. Yeah, 22 is so young, man. But everyone's in their own spot. That's why I'm looking at it from whatever I do, I cannot go back to 2023. I just can't. Even though I just wish I could go back to even a month ago. After the crash happened, I had a decent amount of money. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Just lost so much money after that still. Tom Lee isn't a YouTuber. Yeah, I know. He went on CNBC at the end of 2017 and told us we're going into a big bull run. He's just always bullish, which he's richer than I'll ever be. But if you're rich, everything is bullish. Look at MicroStrategy. He only buys in when Bitcoin is above the fucking bull market line. He refuses to buy in when the price is going down. You know what would make MicroStrategy appetizing? If he buys in when Bitcoin's at like 40K. But he never does. He only buys in when it's over 90,000. So your Moonboy argument is as follows. All right, chat? You got the 1 year trend line for the tether dominance. You have the 8-day super trend. And you have Ethereum's weekly super trend. That's it. Everything else is bearish. The MACD, the stock RSI, the sell signal. You had a chart saying you'd be out by February. I know, I didn't listen. It was a waste of time. Because if I would have gotten out, but everyone's gonna say that, bro. The question is now, what do you do? And as much as it sucks right now, in 1 year, it's still gonna suck, but at least the bull market will be here and I'll be ready to go. If we go all the way back to zero, yo, it's fucking GG, man. Because, like, realistically, if MicroStrategy goes all the way down to 70 bucks and I go back in and I get in, if it goes back to the high, I would get everything back. So I'd have to pretend I bought MicroStrategy. But the sick shit in my head is, well, if you would have just bought it here, you would have been retired. But that's the kind of sick shit that we do to ourselves. Oh, well, if you would have did this, if you would have did that. What can we do right now to avoid going into hell? Some people are already there. I'm already in hell. I've been in hell, but I'm deep in hell now. I thought this was bad. This where I'm at right now is even worse. And I know that this isn't even as bad as it can get. It could get much worse. What's the M2 saying? The M2 is about to turn bearish too. And that's another thing, dude. That's another bear market signal. Even though we were looking at the M2, every time I showed it to you, I said if it deviates, it's not good. And we deviated from it. The M2 has been going up since October and we're going down. That's what happened in 2021. And that's what happened in 2017. So that's another sign that's not good. We should have gone up and we didn't. So it's like the only way it's bullish is if the bottom is in. I guess I gotta make a new overlay, right? I'm thinking I'm gonna put Bobo where the rocket is. I already got my idea for the overlay. I'm gonna put Bobo where the rocket is. Bobo the bear. I gotta make a new overlay now. I never got to use my rocket. That sucks. Did you sell your silver? Oh, that's what I wanted to look at. What is the other metals? There was silver, gold, and there were other coins. Maybe I can buy one of those. Radium? Rhodium? Oh. You think this is the last ticket out? If gold and silver keep going, do you think that shit coins will pump too? It's rhodium, right? Palladium. Yo, that might be your last ticket out. Chat, you think this shit can go up? Just close your eyes and get in. No one even knows what palladium is. Yeah, I know. Whoa. Whoa, look at platinum. It's been doing nothing for 10 years. It just shot up now. What about copper? Oh no, copper is not good. Copper already went up. I guess radium. Rhodium. You don't think, Chad, this has been going sideways for 2 years? You don't think it could just spike up to $2,000? Look at this bull run. It did a 30x. It's used for catalytic converters and AI. Yeah, but the price of cars are going down. What if this is my last chance? Do I just close my eyes? I don't even know what this is. Quantum chips will need palladium. I'm actually trying to convince myself not to do it. Buy the top on palladium. Get rugged. Yeah, but dude, even in the look, in the 2018 bear market, this shit went up. That would be my last chance if I put my money in here and it goes back up, it goes to 4,000. I would be telling myself, you should have bought in, you should have bought in, man. That would be very nice if that happened. You think I should do it, chat? Just buy this? If it goes back to here, I'm back on cloud 9. What's the market cap on this? I guess there's no market cap. People were stealing catalytic converters because of the pandemic. Yeah, but my thing is this. Hear me out. If they're going to start printing money, isn't that going to make inflation come back? So wouldn't that send the price of metals higher by default? Gold or silver has a double top. Hold on a second, chat. Stream's not done yet. There might be one last ticket out in the shadow realm. I'm actually being serious. Hold on a second. So silver and gold pretty much run together. How do you spell that shit? What did I say? Shouldn't it be row? It should just be row USD. Oh my God, there is a bull run on rhodium. Wait, no, no, no. Where's the full chart, bro? This might actually be my only way out. Yo, I'm not even trying to like bullshit right now. Is it not following gold and silver? Dude, can someone tell me what's going on here? Genuinely. The market cap of palladium is 200 billion. Once you buy it, it will go to zero. Dude, I'm honestly considering it. Is this my last chance to buy a fucking metal that I've never even heard of? I have to pretend it's a shit coin. Oh, there's a bunch of shit. Cobalt? Wait, there's ja dude, there's tin, aluminum, gallium. Hold on a second, cuh. Soda ash? There's like shit coins here. Rhodium. Oh, palladium. That's what I wanted to look at. I knew there was one that reminded me of Ethereum. There's palladium. But these coins ran with gold, but they didn't this time. Dude, I'm not. This is like one of those moments where it's like if I make this decision, it could change my life or it could ruin it. This rhodium is lagging behind gold. So even if it goes back up to the high, that's a 3x from right now. Cobalt is used in electric vehicle batteries. Where should I sell my Wojacks? I already told you if it breaks down, you got to get out. Yeah, if it breaks below 13, you got to get out, man. Yeah, but dude, if I'm wrong and it goes down 60%, I'm wiped out forever. Yeah, the price of nickel is bearish. Copper sucks. Soybeans. Soybeans is bullish. Whoa. Heating oil. Price of steel. Yeah, there's no money in here though, man. The only money is the rhodium or whatever I just said. Propane? Should I put my money on propane? It's only 65 cents. Lithium? We already looked at that, right? Silicone? Silicone's too high up. Yeah, but platinum has been doing nothing. I wish there was a way to chart this. I wish there was a way to chart this, man, on TradingView. Platinum's been doing nothing since 2021. It just broke out now. So, dude, that's such a big gamble though, man. It's up. All I would needed to do is go back to the high, and I would be good. But if I'm wrong, tough call. Don't do this. The shadow realm wants to consume you completely. Bitcoin Bajan for 10 says, "You are my hero. Can you look at a priori APR top $3?" Yo, dude, we're on the cusp of a bear market, and this guy's looking for a bull run. APR looks like this coin just came out. I would say this coin is bearish for the foreseeable future. You can see 786 retracement was the top. So the 618 retracement is at 31 cents. All right. So even if it comes up to 31 cents, it is still bearish. And we can say that as long as it remains below 29 cents, it is bearish. So we can say that this coin APR is bearish below 29 cents. As long as it's below 29 cents, the price will remain down. If you can get over 31 cents, we could look for a breakout to 40 cents and potentially 42 cents. So we'll say that this coin is bearish below 31. It's extremely bearish below 29. All right. I appreciate the 10, man. That helps out a lot in times of need. So very bearish below 29, bearish below 31, bull run over 31. As long as you're below 29, the next stop is 25 and potentially 24. I appreciate the 10 from Mr. Bitcoin Bajan. Bitcoin Bajabroni. Bajan. Pajama pants. I appreciate the 10. Every coin is bearish, I know. I'm hoping we just go down and rip the band-aid off. Make it all back in Zcash. No, I was thinking about Dash. But it's the same thing with Dash. If I get it wrong, Shadow Realm. I just can't afford to lose any more money. Another one is Verge. I think people forgot about that. Oh no, it went up. Ugh. But this is like stepping on a landmine. Like one slip and you're done. Same thing. If I buy this and it goes back down to 4, I'm eliminated. I can't lose any more money, dude. I can't. I have just enough to where I can survive and like try and make it next cycle, but I can't lose any more money. I just can't. And I said that back here, and I have a fraction of what I had. But if I play my cards right, it's still possible. So tomorrow we're gonna have to discuss micro strategy. Yo, our fucking charts worked, man. I don't care what anyone says. My chart said get in here and get out here. Fuck it. I gotta make all new charts, man. My charts are gonna say go short here and get in here. We're gonna get one chance to get our money back, chat. We're gonna let the market play out. All right. It's gonna be fucking awful. Trust me, no one's gonna, it's gonna suck really bad. But we're gonna get through it. Mr. Blue for 2 says, thoughts on Tau? Bearish. Tau is getting a W distribution or an M distribution. I'm looking for $200 on Tau. Came up to the 786 retracement. Beautiful rejection. I would say from the low up to the high, once you break the 382, which is 344, it's bearish. So anything below 344 is bearish. Breakdown below 300 is confirming the breakdown. The target would be 214. So as long as Tau remains over 290, you could say that it's short-term bullish. A break below 290 confirms that the top is in. Well, technically 344, the top will be in. But a break below 300 would send you to 260 and 214. So if you want a bull run for Tau, I'd say bullish over 540, bearish below. Which this coin has been the same price for a year. And I get it. The face value idea is, well, how could these coins go down if they never went up? And I tell you to take a look at EOS, man. The coin is still going down after 7 years of selling, man. Like, how many coins did this exact pattern, though? This is what Litecoin is doing now. So a lot of coins are right here. Dude, if we go into a bear market, a lot of coins are right here. Look at Cosmos. It's about to fully go back to the 2020 bear market. Then you get a bounce, and then it goes even lower. We're going to get a lot of time to plan, chat. We might have to accept it's over. All right? If we go any lower, we got to accept it's over. Some people already did. I'm basically accepting it. The nail in the coffin is 3,000 ETH. Tomorrow's the moving average close. It's going to be the first close below. We're below this. We're below everything. We got all the sell signals. They get confirmed tomorrow. So if we teleport back up, then fine. I appreciate the $1 from Subway. MicroStrategy will go to shit by Monday. No. MicroStrategy's still basically where it was because Bitcoin bounced. But we got to start planning. We got 12 months to plan. We got plenty of time. But that shit creeps up on you, chat. Because let me tell you something. When we were here and here, it was like, oh, we're just going to buy whatever. None of that shit went up. So you could argue that MicroStrategy's not going to go up. But we got to play it right. I'm pretty sure someone just said there's a 3x premium up here, which marked the top. So when you're on the downside, there should be a discount. So that discount is going to give the poor people like me one last chance to get in. Dude, if MicroStrategy's at 60 bucks, I got to get in. I got to just close my eyes and get in. Because it could go right back to 150. 3x. Look, this thing basically tripled in the first 8 months. Let me tell you something, brother. MicroStrategy sold 33,000. Did they, or did they move it? This bear market's going to be the longest. No, I don't agree with that. Because a lot of altcoins have been in a bear market already. I think the bear market is still going to be brutal, but it might not be that long. It's going to be the average. But like Ethereum is probably going to bottom earlier. Litecoin will probably bottom earlier. Because those coins have already been going down for a year. Now you're in trouble. We're all in trouble if Doge breaks this. It's just so fucked up, man. We literally had it. This was our one chance to make it, and we just blew it. Dude, we blew it so bad. I fucking blew it so bad. You guys have no idea. Oh my God. We literally had it, bro. All right. Time to go start over again. At least we can start over. Hopefully, at least. Some people can't. I hope I can. Strategy said they bought every day this week. "12 months, you better hope we don't hit a recession." If we hit a recession, it's next year. It's not over yet. I mean, listen, I don't even care what happens anymore. I've accepted my fate. So if we go down any lower than this, it's over. The problem is if we go down lower than this, you're not even going to get a chance to get out. It's just going to go straight down. So it's either place your bets, no more bets. We'll see where we're at tomorrow. If we get back over 108K, whatever it is, we're good. If not, bearish. Don't overcomplicate it, chat. Stay safe. As always, none of this is financial advice. I appreciate all the support, all the super chats. We'll be back tomorrow for another Cope stream. And bye.